y'all, welcome back to Adventuring with Amanda. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Y'all, today we're doing something different, something very, very different. And a lot of you know that I'm a big fan of true crime. A lot of you also know that I'm a writer and I'm big into journalism, and I'm very big into investigative journalism as well. Now, I don't really know how to begin even discussing this, but it's something that's very important to me, and it's extremely relevant to the van life and nomad community, specifically here in Arizona. So I want to talk about the case of the missing woman, Chelsea Grimm. And the reason why this is so important for me to talk about is because she's no different than me. And she went missing from the Williams, Arizona area when I was up there this fall. So not only does this case hit super close to home, but she's a 32-year-old woman, and now she's been missing since September 30th. And I decided that I'm going to take everything I know, my skill set of writing and journalism, as well as my YouTube reach, and my passion for true crime, van lifers, solo women on the road. I'm going to take all of that and try and do my part to find out what happened to Chelsea Grimm. Now, I want to go search for her because she went missing from Forest Road 6 when her abandoned vehicle was found with 2 flat tires. Forest Road 6 in Kaibab National Forest, which is just northeast of Ash Fork, Arizona. And I'm going to show some maps and some photos on this video. But I want to tell you about what my plan is and why I think that right now it's really important to spread the word, because so far we have no idea what happened to Chelsea. All we know is that hunters found her vehicle and she was traveling with her pet bearded dragon who was not in the vehicle. She took her wallet, she took her keys, she took her cell phone with her. And since she had 2 flat tires, the theory is that she left the vehicle with her pet bearded dragon and her belongings, including a sleeping bag, to go and search for help. After that, the theories, a number of things could have happened. But what's interesting is that she was caught on camera speaking to a police officer who stopped behind her vehicle when she was in Williams and essentially was checking on her to make sure she was okay. And the police officer was very compassionate and very wonderful. And all of that footage is available on YouTube. So I'm not going to show all the footage. I highly recommend you check out Annie Elise, where she talks about the case of Chelsea Grimm, and I will put a link to that video in the description. And I know it's kind of a lot, but Chelsea Grimm was on a road trip from San Diego to Connecticut. Lots of things happened along the way, but she was traveling very slowly, which I find to be interesting. And she only made it from San Diego to Phoenix. Like, it took her 3 days. That's normally a drive that takes me 5 hours. So I find it very interesting that she was driving so slowly, just like an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. I think that's very interesting. I pulled up her missing persons reports, sheriff's reports, her Facebook. I've been looking into all these sources so I can gather as much information as possible, even though there's really not a lot of it. But I saw that her last Facebook post was on September 27th of 2023. And then her last contact with anybody was September 30th of 2023. I believe she probably lost cell service where she was because she was not familiar with really traveling across country. I mean, this was new territory for her to be traveling across country. And then she found herself on this forest road with two flat tires. And if you're not familiar with the area and how the national forest in Arizona works, that can be very treacherous. So I find it interesting. She had two flat tires. I think the biggest theory right now is that she went searching for help and she got intercepted somehow. I worry that that was the beginning of elk season. She could have been accidentally shot by hunters. I mean, hunters did find her. She could have been intercepted by somebody who had very evil intentions. The possibilities are endless. But what I will tell you is that during that time of year, because I was up there, I mean, I was in Williams. Like, I literally could have driven by her car in town and I didn't even know it, you know? So that's why this is so wild, and I'm even having a hard time getting all my thoughts together on it. But I think that's important to talk about right now in December because she's still missing. We don't have any updates, but now that it's quartzite season in Arizona and we have lots of events coming up like Schoolypalooza and the RTR and all of these things, since quartzite is such a transient town, maybe she met up with somebody who either decided to pick her up and help her, or whether she went with somebody willingly or unwillingly. When it comes to missing people, literally anything could happen. So what I want people to do is keep their eyes open, because quartzite is really not that far from Williams, Arizona. You know, it's a few hours. So I want to spread her picture far and wide. This is a 32-year-old woman, 5'8", 125 pounds maybe, traveling with a bearded dragon. We have descriptions of her tattoos. She wears glasses like I do. She's a very beautiful woman. We have to keep our eyes out. The nomad community, the van life community, if you're going to be out in quartzite, if you're up in northern Arizona right now, keep your eyes out. I don't think that the elements got her if she was traversing the dirt road at night, because it was like getting down to only like 60 degrees. Like, if she had a sleeping bag, she could have gotten through a 60-degree night. And the animals up there, like, let's say coyotes, for example, typically they're afraid of humans. There have been some bear sightings here and there, but nothing too crazy. So I have a hard time believing that animals would have caused her demise. There have been other people that have been searching for her. But what I think is the best thing to do right now is that, since we don't have any updates and we don't know what happened to Chelsea, there is, of course, potential and hope that she's still alive. Like I said, what if she got into a vehicle with somebody willingly who said they could help her, and then they either took her hostage or she just decided to kind of go and do life with this person, because there were signs that her mental health may not have been in the best shape at the time that she went missing. And an event like Schoolypalooza and everything that's happening at quartzite the next couple months, we need to keep our eyes open. Maybe somebody knows something or somebody saw something. I find it interesting that nothing of hers has been found. But come springtime, after the snow melts, I want to go up there and I'm going to retrace her steps. So right now, like I said, I'm gathering all the information that I can. I want everybody to be on the lookout for Chelsea. We have to spread the word about these missing people. I can't believe that she and I were in the same area when she went missing. So I'm going to do everything I can to hopefully get some answers. And I want everybody to keep their eyes out. With that being said, I'm going to show some photos and a map so we can get the word out. Now, I'm not a true crime YouTuber. I'm a van life YouTuber, but this case just, it's blowing my mind right now, and I just really want to get out there and search for her and look for clues and look for signs, but it's cold. It's 50 during the day up there right now and 25 degrees at night. It's not a smart idea for me to put myself in harm's way, but as we progress through the next few months, I'm going to investigate, keep my eyes and my ears open, really, really keep my eyes out at Schoolypalooza and all the events that are taking place in the next couple of months, because nomads tend to hook up with people even if they want to be off the grid, and you just never know what might happen. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch. I know that this is not lighthearted, but this is really serious, and it's something that's very important to me. So let's spread the word about Chelsea Grimm and be on the lookout for her. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.